Welcome to Doing More. I'm Erica Cardenas. Although February is known as a month for romance and Valentine's cards, it's also a month that celebrates courage, faith, hope, and resilience, and recognizes the contributions of African American men and women who sacrifice their lives for rights and equality for all. Black History Month began as Negro History Week, labeled in 1926 by historian Carter G. Woodson. Carter earmarked the second week in February because it covered the birthdays of Frederick Douglass and Abraham Lincoln. It's a month to commemorate and create awareness of the contributions made by African Americans. Each February, the South Chandler Self-Help Foundation celebrates the contributions of African Americans in Chandler, Arizona, from the first African American mayor to the rich history. And we're here at Mount Olive Missionary Baptist Church, where it all began.
Sometime in the fire, sometime in the fire.
We're now celebrating our 30th annual Black History Celebration, rooted in faith, anchored in hope. And that's really where we are, because everything that we've done, it's been a faith walk. I've lived in this city since I was 4 years old. My great-grandfather was the first African American to live here in Chandler. He came on his own. He was born from a slave mother and ended up here in Chandler. I've got his voter registration papers. August the 20th, my oldest daughter's birthday, 1920. People coming from Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, to work, coming from under that sharecropper thing. Billy Woods, who ended up being my father-in-law, I married one of his sons. He was going back to Texas and Oklahoma, bringing those families and men, in some cases, to Chandler, Arizona, to work in the cotton. Spirituality has always been a big part of the African American community. Praying together, there was about 10 of them. They would just kind of pray together and sing and whatever. And then they ended up building a little shack, pushed it on a wagon over here and set it up, and then built around, and it ended up being this. There were a lot of places that hired kids after school, but they weren't really hiring African American children. So Fran wrote a program, and we ran it right out of the church. There was a need to clean up some of the properties around here, and the city funded it through a community development block grant.
Churches, no matter what color or what denomination, all came and supported us and helped us to clean up that neighborhood. We got grants, the city gave us grants from the CDBG funds. We had other grants too, and we cleaned up that neighborhood.
The South Chandler Self-Help Program started about 30 years ago, and we've been working with them ever since with the events they put on around Black History Month. And those events have been held every year at our Chandler Center for the Arts. We want to make sure the African community understands that they are a vital part of our community.
I want you to know that some of us were here. I want you to know that my grandfather was one of the first businessmen in this town. I want others to know we're worth something. Come and get to know us.
The South Chandler Self-Help Foundation's mission is to foster community development and create and preserve affordable and diverse housing opportunities in Chandler through education, training, advocacy, and development. For more information on the foundation, head over to their website. We'll be right back after this.
Doing More, a celebration of Black History Month.
Welcome back to Doing More. We're here at Chandler's Black History Celebration, Rooted in Faith, Anchored in Hope event. This annual event celebrates the accomplishments and achievements of African Americans. Did you know that Black History Month originally started as only a week-long celebration? Then by 1960s, during the Civil Rights Movement, it turned into a month-long recognition. So by 1976, President Gerald Ford made Black History Month official, which now is celebrated nationally. Due to the African diaspora, countries like Canada, Ireland, the Netherlands, the United Kingdom, the Caribbean islands, including other countries, also celebrate Black History Month. Now let's meet a Virginia military veteran putting smiles on his customers' faces through his homemade biscuits.
I joined the military back in 1986 when I graduated from high school. At first I didn't know what exactly I wanted to do, but I was always a tinkerer with my hands. I've always been a cooker. I've always cooked at home. Even growing up, I would be the one that stayed in the kitchen with grandma and watch her, drop biscuits and make cornbread and things like that. So I've always been a cooker. I've always loved to be out on the grill cooking. That was always in me. That was always in me. As a CB in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, Gitmo, you were tasked to keep up the vehicles that were there. And a lot of times we didn't have the resources right away, so we had to engineer things. A lot of things we had to engineer. We had to make do with what we had. It's still rewarding. It gives you an opportunity to see places and people and things that you probably would never ever see. And as far as me working at Hardee's, being a biscuit maker, I tell you what, come on down. Let me teach you how to make biscuits, because I guarantee you you'll enjoy it. I do, every day. Every day. I love it.
Tony has been here at Independence, the biscuit maker, for about 10 years now. He's done real good. He won the Biscuit Regional Challenge and he's won the National Challenge, so he's done a real good job with the biscuits here at Independence Boulevard. A lot of people think biscuits is very easy. Just, making biscuits at home is hard, and a lot of people don't realize that. But it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of heart. That's the major thing. You got to have a lot of heart to do biscuits, because you got to have to want to do it. Attitude, because if you don't, you're not going to make it, because biscuits is really what we're all about.
I do come here every morning and I get my biscuits, and it just makes a big difference. He's in the category by himself, and you can tell, and I can tell these are made by him, because they're just different.
How you doing?
I'm good. Y'all enjoying your biscuits?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we are.
As always.
Born and raised on a farm down in North Carolina. And my mom made biscuits daily, Monday through Sunday. And when I migrated off up here, I found these biscuits to be kind of like a duplicate of what my mom made, and they're awesome.
Biscuits puts a smile on your face.
By me being in the Navy and being a mechanic, it never dawned on me to, be in the restaurant business or anything like that. But like I said, I love to cook, and this was an opportunity for me. And now I love doing biscuits. It's great. It is one of the best jobs that I've had, believe me.
We also traveled to Phoenix, Arizona, where families celebrated the wonders of STEM through the Connect to STEM initiative. Take a look.
Today we are celebrating the 6th annual Connect to STEM event. We have welcomed over 35,000 attendees over the 6 years to an event where we celebrate science, technology, engineering, math, and medicine. When we initially thought about putting together a mega community outreach event wrapped around science, and it really wouldn't be possible without Cox Communications. Cox understands that STEM education is critical to the workforce for our state.
We've got some great exhibits. We've got the Army here, we've got BrainWorks, we've got space exploration, we've got so many fun STEM activities available for all ages. In our Cox booth, we have a fun photo booth. We also have our Cox Creative Studios team here showing students the technology that they need in order to be in front and behind the camera in order to produce content for shows. We also have some fun virtual reality experiences that students can also interact with.
It takes a village to bring an event like today together. I want to say a thank you to our sponsors, specifically Cox Communication, to the hundreds of volunteers that took time out of their busy day to come down here and work with all of the kids, and then also to our teachers. It's the teachers that will really help shepherd the students into their future STEM careers.
3, 2, 1.
STEM is absolutely necessary. STEM will create the jobs of tomorrow, the economy of tomorrow, the opportunities, the new cures, not only for cancer, cardiovascular disease, Alzheimer's, everything else. It's essential to our future.
This is STEM too. As you can see, STEM is like a universe full of possibilities and endless imagination.
I received recognition from Senator McSally's office, and it was really humbling to be recognized for that. It's really recognizing the efforts that hundreds or thousands of people have put in to really elevate science and technology for the community. And so it's humbling that they're seeing me as kind of a face for it, but really as recognition for the community for making it happen.
We know that the opportunity today at Connect to STEM can change the trajectory of a path for a child's life. And so that's what keeps us going. That's the passion that, the SciTech Festival, Cox Communications, and here at University of Arizona, we all have collectively, because we know that these little moments happen and we want to encourage them to happen, and we're very proud to be able to have this event for them. Everyone has come out today to ensure that our young people are engaged and inspired.
The youth that attend the event today that get to explore so many STEM activities, they are our future innovators. They are the next generation of STEM leaders.
The university was transformed into a giant science lab where thousands of children and parents engaged in hands-on learning STEM activities. We'll be right back.
Doing More, a celebration of Black History Month.
Welcome back to Doing More, where we shine a light on the good things happening in our communities. We're at Chandler's Black History 30th anniversary event. Now, did you know that Martin Luther King Jr. was an American Christian minister and activist who became the most visible spokesperson and leader in the civil rights movement? King is best known for advancing civil rights through nonviolence and civil disobedience, inspired by his Christian beliefs and the nonviolent activism of Mahatma Gandhi. We also visited the Black Chamber of Commerce, an organization that's helping to improve the economic development of entrepreneurs and the communities they serve.
The Black Chamber of Arizona was founded 21 years ago because then Phoenix Mayor Skip Rimza had traveled somewhere to a community that had a Black Chamber of Commerce. And he came back and said, why don't I have a chamber like that in my city? And that's what caused us to be created 21 years ago. The mission of the Black Chamber of Commerce is to enhance and develop small businesses. Although we are predominantly focused on African American owned businesses, the fact is we really want to provide content and information and assistance that helps any business owner regardless of race, gender, or orientation. When we're all working together, we actually all get further in our pursuits. The Hispanic Chamber, Asian Chamber, Chinese Chamber, Native American Chamber, Gay and Lesbian Chamber, these are not business competitors in which we are struggling for market share. These are community organizations that are making sure that certain segments of the community are getting the attention that they need and the benefits that they need.
The Chamber is focused on continuing education, and so Cox's core values, especially as it relates to education and it relates to building relationships, is right in line with the Black Chamber. Cox Communications has been a vital support of the Black Chamber of Commerce. They've always sacrificed time and allowed for us as employees to be part of these organizations and volunteer and sacrifice our time in order to better our community. Every year, they're always having special projects and special events to support Black History Month. They're not looking at it from a standpoint of always what's the ROI. They're looking at it of more so what's the impact to the community. And to me, that does a lot more for the ROI from a larger perspective, because this company not only services the community, but it serves the community.
I think that one of the most valuable things you can take away from Black history is previous leaders within the Black community accomplished things despite having dramatic disadvantages. We fought for the right for unrestricted use of public transportation, the ability to drink water from a water fountain without a designation, the ability to get an education, the ability to vote. These are all things we take for granted today. That's, to me, is the most important thing of our history, is to understand the enormous advancements that were made because people took action even when circumstances didn't favor it.
We also visited the 24th annual Cox Charities Golf Tournament Spa Day, a fundraising event to help support youth, education, and community leaders. Take a look.
This is the 24th annual Cox Charities Golf Tournament and Spa Day. We're in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona on this absolutely wonderful fall morning, and we've got over 300 golfers participating today at the Whirlwind Golf Club and over 40 participants at the Aji Spa, all part of Wild Horse Pass Resort. Such a beautiful opportunity to get everyone together, our vendors, our programming partners, together to benefit our local organizations. Through events like this, we're able to award grants to nonprofit organizations throughout the state of Arizona. In this past year, we awarded 108 Cox Charities grants to organizations throughout the state of Arizona. So it's events like this, Cox Charities Golf Tournament Spa Day, that we're able to raise those funds where we can then grant them back out into the communities that we serve.
Well, Cox Communications, one of our core values, going all the way back to the founder of our company 120 years ago, is making our communities a better place to live and work and for our employees to raise their families. And what we do with Cox Charities is we advance that mission. We find needy organizations that are making a dramatic improvement in the quality of life in the greater Phoenix area, and we support them through events like this tournament. This tournament wouldn't be as successful as it's been over the years without tremendous support from our business partners, both local business partners here and then business partners throughout our industry. We get great support from our corporate office in Atlanta and a lot of our national business partners as well. TrueNet has been our presenting sponsor for the past several years now. They do a great job for us.
TrueNet Communications is a design and engineering firm for outside plant engineering construction. We help put, fiber and coax in the ground so people can get communications to their businesses and their homes. So Cox Communications, they really support the communities that they're part of. And we really appreciate that. And we also want to support the community. I mean, we're a big part of the community. We have a lot of employees here in the greater Phoenix area. And so it's important to us as well to support them in their efforts to support the charities around here in the area.
Our tagline is doing the most good, and so Cox Charities really helps us drive that home with our clients. A lot of people from Sun City to Apache Junction are in need, and we're able to help them out.
Our focus for Cox Charities is K-12 youth and education. And so some organizations that are supported through Cox Charities, like Phoenix Children's Hospital. Today we have the Salvation Army. They have a youth program. They're here performing for us, providing some entertainment for our golfers. We also have Gabriel's Angels that take service dogs out into the community. So it's organizations like that that are supported by Cox Charities that we're proud to support not only our employees, but also our partners that participate in this particular event.
Cox Charities primarily focuses on children, education, and technology initiatives. Such a great way of doing more. We'll be right back.
Doing More, a celebration of Black History Month.
Welcome back to Doing More. I'm sitting here in front of Zeta Phi Beta sororities table who are actually celebrating their centennial year here at Chandler's Black History Celebration. Now let's take a look at a home away from home designed for loved ones of veterans or active duty personnel.
Today, we teamed up with Scott Lehman from Premier Automotive to support the Fisher House. We're here supporting them by providing a meal for the families of the veterans who are being treated at the VA hospital. So we cooked this beautiful meal today, show them that we're here in the Tucson community to help them.
I became aware of Fisher House last year when I worked with them. I had helped bring awareness to them, and it's really amazing what this organization does, helping the families of service members that are needing treatment at the VA hospital. They're able to come here and stay, and they really roll out the red carpet for them and try to make it as comfortable as possible where they're going through a difficult time.
We provide all the food needed. We have laundry supplies. We have a laundry facility. We try to think of every comfort that you would need. Now you don't have to worry about your wife, daughter, son. They're right here on campus. You don't have to worry about how they're going to pay for it. And the best thing is that people tend to heal quicker and when they have family close.
At Cox, one of our major focuses is actually giving back to our community, engaging with our community. One of the ways that we do this is we typically coordinate team groups and volunteers to organizations who might need a little added support. The Fisher House being one of those that partners with our Cox Media folks as well.
My husband Robert is over in the VA hospital, and that is why I am here at Fisher House.
I'm here because of my father. My father had a heart attack during a chemo treatment. It's just hard watching him go through what he's going through. It amazes me every day that you can come home from being with your family member and there's new food and there's people who are here decorating, they're here cooking food for us all the time and baking for us. It just really warms my heart.
I think you'll really find out that you have a huge impact in people's lives when you volunteer at a Fisher House.
It's taught me a lot being here, how many people actually do care.
I'm here with Gwen with Zeta Phi Beta Sorority
Incorporated.
And we want to thank the Chandler, Arizona community for having us to an event filled with faith, hope, and resilience. Black history belongs to all of us. The impact African Americans have made in the U.S. has made a global impact. The year 2020 marks the 150th anniversary of the ratification of the 15th Amendment, which gave Black men the right to vote. So much sacrifice means we must value the vote. In honor of a great leader, let us all hold our dreams up for the world to see and our hearts to embrace. I'm Erica Cardenas.
And we'll see you next time.